The Dark Knight descends. He enters the arena. LINGAOYUAN, fast. The featherweight is strong, and he's 1-1 against his opponent. We'll tell you more about that in a bit. We've got a best-of-5 battle. First player to win 3 games to 11 points must win by 2. We'll take the match. The tail of the table, dead even. Oh, how cute the balls roll together. No way. They stopped, and this is adorable. Okay, world rank number 17 versus world rank number 10. Interesting. So they played twice before, both at smashes. The Saudi smash, it was a 3-1 victory for Jonathan Groth, and LINGAOYUAN won at the China smash at the end of last year. The later end, 3-0. So Kim Young-ju, our umpire for the match, will be taking care of the coin toss here. She was just bat mitzvahed recently. World rank 10 versus world rank 17. Fascinating.
Players, please come to toss.
It was polite. Potassium time for Groth. Tuck in time for the Dark Knight. I like the hotel towels. They just have so many different areas, you know, you can fold them and get a dry spot each time. Ma Long used to do it. You could see Ma Long with a hotel towel every time. It's massive. Like he was going to be lying out on a beach, which he might be right now.
Red or blue? Red for Groth, blue for Rin. You won the toss. Receive. Rin for receive. Service end here.
I love it. Kim Young-ju has done her homework. You heard her say Groth. She's talked to the man himself. She's made sure that she got it right. I love it. Whoop. Second try. Nailed it. Nailed it. Nobody even saw the first one. Ball kid on it. 2 minutes to warm up here. LINGAOYUAN. Well, he's dangerous. He's 30 years old. Man, happy belated birthday, LINGAOYUAN. They come and go so quickly. 16 years of pro. In case you're curious about why we call him the Dark Knight, 2017, he was essentially an unknown, a dark horse, if you will, who won the Marvelous 12 in China to determine who would go to the World Championships. Not only that, he likes comic books, likes the whole DC Marvel world, or I don't know, I guess you've got the universe. Regardless, the Dark Knight, also the name for the horse on the board of chess. So the Dark Knight just felt like a good way to go to fit his superhero-like rise. And the Dark Knight rises. Will he here today? Time will tell. There's plenty of motivation. Best table, the DHS W1000, the Enlio Super Weaving Floor Inhe 40, the H40 Plus 3-star. New packaging. It's pretty cool, actually. $500,000 in prize money across both events. And 1,000 points to the champion. What do the fans think? 80% behind LINGAOYUAN. The other 20% behind Jonathan Groth. Cast your votes at worldtabletennis.com or on the WTT app. It's funny, I share a favorite movie with Jonathan Groth, The Shawshank Redemption. He's a man who never gives up, does not let tough times get him down. But the fans here for LINGAOYUAN, just amazing the amount of pride this sport has brought to China, the national sport. And wherever the players go, the fans go as well. I've met many a fan here, only on day one. There they are. Gao like high performance. He's had his ups, he's had his downs, no doubt about it, but he's risen to the occasion.
First game, Groth to serve, love all.
So here we go, it's a best of 5. 2 left-handers out here. The world number 17, Jonathan Groth, to start with the serves. Beautiful spin on the backhand. Good variation in his backhand game, Groth. There it is again. It's got to be uncomfortable to play against. Even watching it, I sort of wonder the quality on it, meaning how much spin am I really dealing with when it comes off the racket. He's got power. I've seen him play that shot too.
1-2.
And if I'm on the bench for Jonathan Groth, I'm nodding my head yes. It's the right chance to take. Nice flick. You set that up well. The idea was right. LINGAOYUAN on the scoreboard.
3-1.
Now, generally speaking, of course, Team China is filled with a variety of styles and individuals, but they do train under the same coaching and have incredible speed, generally speaking.
Net 3-1.
I bring that up because table tennis is such a fast sport and a game based on rhythm. If you can break the rhythm, play the in and out game a little bit, keep every shot a bit unpredictable, you're often that much better for it. LINGAOYUAN finding the deep corner of the table here to block back after the arcing shot to get the step around. Lunges forward to punch it back. What a combo. The backhands. First spinny, the next one you could hear that popping, corking sound. Back in the days of speed glue. That satisfying sound, the pop when you contact that ball.
2-4.
Now we're seeing it. A bit of the pace that LINGAOYUAN can bring. It's partially his physical build, but his speed is incredible. It's just a question of adapting it.
5-3.
Two good net recoveries from LINGAOYUAN. Had some tough shots to deal with. Groth, very fearless player. Some quality about him.
Six, three.
And a bit more fortune. Sets him up with a 3-point lead here. Beautiful counter here. LINGAOYUAN moves into the middle just a little bit after the change of pace from Groth. Soft there. Then more topspin as he drives. But into the elbow, LINGAOYUAN. Right deep at the baseline. Still in the point. Fishes him down. A lot of ways to deal with pressure. Much of the world has seen LINGAOYUAN dealing with pressure in one way or another, not always to his delight.
Flash. Please, no flash.
And to throw credit his way, LINGAOYUAN, one of the sweetest guys. Considering all he's been through, he's just so nice to everybody. That's pretty cool. Even the person with the flash in the crowd.
플래시 좀 봐주세요.
Ah, good Korean. Nice time to have that in your pocket while playing here in Incheon.
Okay.
Sure, many of you at home are surprised. Kim Young-ju, like a native. Heavy spin off the backhand here, and it is a 4-point lead. LINGAOYUAN is the 6th seed here. We've already seen the third seed eliminated. From the start of this event, open field are two words that you're going to hear a lot. We've got 3 days involving the round of 32. And with the names on this list for the champions Incheon, it feels like anybody's game. Anybody could become champion. Lots of big matches to talk about. Up-and-comers for Team China. Ooh, the serve was good, but a backpedaling receive as LINGAOYUAN manages to keep it deep on the table. Keep the pressure on. He was going the other way. Still makes, I'd say, quite a good receive from a man who got to that backhand corner a little late. Would you call one? It's game number 1. Linus Merenston, coach for Denmark for quite some time, has been all around the world. Got a pretty fascinating life, as many of these coaches and players do.
Nine, 7.
Now's the time. Not before. If not before, I think the hope was you can get the first game in the bag, win the last point, get a 10-6 lead, but here it is. There's Coach Linus, a man of rock and roll.
Jag tycker det är en bra boll. Alltså du gör det bra och så tar den lite längre in. Likadant när du fått ställt långt så att mycket överskott. Du fick den under. Jag fick inte alls vara själv. Väldigt bra längd i svar. Fanger han på den lange og stopper med at spille. Ja. Fanger ham også. Så ikke nok. Ja, de der var det走这个，然后侧下半步把距离让来以后正好再上手，不用着急，都是他对位，知道吧？啊，这就把，而且他这个球的时候，他就到了你正手位置挺转的这个球，他很使劲，看得很清楚。你看这个放慢了，看着他说，知道吧？啊，加油加油，没问题啊。
Chen Zhenjiang, the coach for LINGAOYUAN. Again, you're getting to see a few new coaches out here, coaches that you haven't seen quite as much.
9-7.
The second and third strings for Team China, although LINGAOYUAN has been right on that border as top 5 for Team China for quite some time. And at world number 10, it's got to be right in that range. Final words, LINGAOYUAN-JONATHAN, no problem. Words of encouragement.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. That's right. Ball has taken some damage. We'll get a new one for you. They select 15 balls each before the match starts to their liking. Spherical, hard. When they spin them, they tap them with their thumbnails to make sure they don't wiggle or wobble. Touch game, and he sets up 3 game points. Bravo. Linus played through the Waldner era in Sweden. Soft hands, and it comes back. A flip that's countered. Jonathan Groth takes game number 1. And what do the fans have to say about it? Absolutely nothing. LINGAOYUAN fan club will be gathering their thoughts and their hopes as Jonathan Groth is mustering up the skill, the will, what it takes still to come out here and win game number 2. But we haven't even begun that yet. Stick around. Game number 2 to follow.
Men då ska du nästan vänta på den så att du liksom inte löper halvt runt. Alltså, som variation så är det helt rätt att liksom att vänta på den någon gång.
Second game. Lin to serve. Love all.
Players back to the table for game number 2, the Dark Knight. Down 0-1 right now, with the serves on his side.
One love.
Fired up a bit of vocalization here for a guy who's as chill as can be. He's had his shouting years, no doubt about it.
Love 2.
Still, it's fairly contained. Very much just for himself here. Give him that extra boost.
One, two.
Quite a fiery vocalization on the other side here as Groth steps around. Handles the Chiquita well, and then drives this deep to the backhand. Trying to keep that confidence here.
Three, one.
I like it. It's getting gritty. You can feel the energy. Again, we've had, what, 3 out of 4 matches so far going the distance to game number 5. That's the speed that I know. When LINGAOYUAN's on, he can do just about anything. I like that flip. The ice cream cone, where he turns the racket straight up like an ice cream cone. Just comes across the ball to misdirect. Oh, power to the short side. There was no passive, I mean, hardly any passive play in this one backhand from Groth, this next ball. And he still counters it back. But that ball right there sends LINGAOYUAN backpedaling. Here's a look at the serve success here. 2/3 success, just shy, unless it's not rounded up. Either way, Groth 8.3% in front of his opponent here. LINGAOYUAN, a player who's got his own table tennis brand. Pretty cool.
4-all.
Generates that spin in near the body. It's the ball that has to be seen. There it is. Cool logo. LINGAOYUAN. Is he walking away or walking towards you? An optical illusion. Oh, wide angle, but it's punished on the way back. Feed me, says Groth's forehand. Oh, the timing on that. So early.
Net 4-5. Five all. You don't use. 5-all.
I like this change of pace here. There was a caution that was very wise. LINGAOYUAN from the baseline spins it slowly. In the game of hot potato here, who's going to open first? There it is. Patient play from under the table. And his job is to keep it spinny and keep it low, and it all pays off.
Net 5-6.
Oh.
7-5.
Get the extinguisher here. He is lighting it up. The fireplace right now is beyond cozy. It's got to be uncomfortable because Groth is as close as can be. 2 points behind here at the second towel break.
7-5.
Keeping that hand cool for grip.
Please play.
Yeah.
8-5.
Decisions, we all struggle with them sometimes. Table tennis forces you to make some really quick decisions. It's a wonderful exercise. For the brain especially. And a tight serve here sets up a 4-point lead. 6th seed. Lingaoyuan in a good position here. And now he's got 5 game points to level the playing field. Remember, he's 1-1 against Jonathan Groth.
Bet 5-10.
Parallel backhand after serving from the middle of the table just to mix it up. There it is. Lingaoyuan closes the door on game number 2, 11-6. A tight serve. Game-wise, game number 2, the energy change from the start of game 2 was quite exciting for a spectator. What are we going to get in game number 3? Well, if the pattern has been started here, you can only imagine it's just going to keep getting better. We'll see who takes the lead in game number 3.
Third game. Groth to serve, lock off.
So words of encouragement, wise words to play patiently. Keep your eye on the receiver. So in terms of positioning, using that peripheral vision, we'll see how he does, Lingaoyuan.
One lock.
Now we only heard one side's coaching there. But after the momentum of Lingaoyuan taking game 2 by 11-6, you can understand the feelings there for Groth, the importance of that first point in this game. Extra spin on the forehand.
Lock 2.
Jonathan Groth is a big guy. I say that only to remind you that not just big in terms of height, but physically as well. So he gets a lot of racket speed on that forehand, which makes it very tough to counter. Well played. Right off the hip here, an uncomfortable ball. Jayo, Lingaoyuan is what they're saying. Literally add oil, but basically give it your best. Keep going. Well, as patient as he was on that, there was a man waiting on the other side. All oiled up and ready to go. Low push right to the baseline. Lingaoyuan has to play that from under the table, and it sits up just enough for that wraparound. Not a point dropped yet by Groth. Turned and burned. The rotisserie receive. That's what peripheral vision and patience is all about, that talk. Shown itself on the scoreboard now. It's funny, it's a fine balance. I think coaches, like any relationship, coaches have to know their players well. Good advice is a very subjective thing. Tell one player something, knowing that another player might respond better, either to be turned up a little bit. Lingaoyuan definitely not a passive player. This is the Lingaoyuan that I like, just from a personality standpoint. I mean, I like him, period. But on the table, when I think if Lingaoyuan is playing for my team, this is the Lingaoyuan that I want to show up for a match. The fighter, the guy who's unafraid to take shots. That doesn't mean throwing caution to the wind all the time. Taking some risks, yes. Being calculated, being observant, yes. But being pumped. And we're seeing that now. He got through game 2 that way. The most dominant game yet, and he's back 4 in a row from down 0-4. It was tough from the start. The quality of the shot. Groth keeps the pressure on throughout. It's more passive responsive play here. Credit to Groth for keeping it unpredictable. Where's the ball going to go? Even in the replay, if you didn't remember, it's tough to know in slow-mo. Bullet backhands, 2 in a row, those short strokes. From Saarbrücken to all over the world. Groth really good at changing up that angle with the backhand. Jonathan Groth is another one of those players that sometimes I'd say is underappreciated, how dangerous he is. Think about it. Anders Lind has got an incredible game. He's flashy. He's fun to watch. He's 32 in the world. Groth, 17. Freedom on this one. Nothing holding Lingaoyuan back as he turns the corner. Reverse pendulum. Gets a passive receive. And full commitment there on the forehand. Again, I'm a friend and a fan of Anders Lind. I love watching him play. Just trying to highlight how dangerous Jonathan Groth is. Denmark, for the first time ever as a team, qualified for the Olympic Games in 2024. Groth, a key part of that. Good dead ball, empty on the flick. Lingaoyuan turning that one over and guiding it forward. Get ready for this flick. I love it. Doesn't have to be powerful, just enough to put the pressure on and keep it uncomfortable. You like momentum? 6 of the last 8 points for Lingaoyuan. And he's in front by 1 here. Oh, second bounce on the table, the half-long push, the touch shot. The danger of the game of hot potato. You're the one going for the attack. It never comes off. Imagine if he was waiting for it to get below the table. He was waiting for it to clear. Never came off the back. Forehand flick pays off. For 2 left-handed players, You have to remember, this is odd for both of them. They know what it's like to be left-handed, but to play against left-handed players, it's a rare occasion, just like any other righty.
Please play.
Wider and wider the angle here. I was just thinking about how every umpire has their different sort of tolerance for players taking their time. We would have seen yellow cards already, a yellow card, let's say, for Lingaoyuan in terms of the time that's been taken so far. Groth taking his time as well. Both players here. Linus Mersten on his feet there. In a crucial moment, this game number 3. You want your opponent under pressure. You want them tense. Cloud that muscles memory. Yeah, I put the apostrophe there. 9 serving 8. And the top edge, way too deep.
9-4.
If that goes straight up, it's going to curve back to the opponent's side of the table, but it immediately comes off. Fast, long serve, top and side spin. Both players immediately look up just in case. Lingaoyuan was actually the reason I thought there might have been a chance. What if he serves short to the forehand? Can you imagine? Crazier things have happened. And Jonathan Groth right there in the middle of the table. The shorter forehand touch receive. I was just trying to listen into the coaching. It is game point for Groth. Parallel backhand. It's a big point here to level it out. Remember, not a lot of Chinese men here. We're talking 32 players invited on both sides, men and women. Xuefei eliminated earlier today. That is one less. Lingaoyuan does not want to be a statistic here. At least not the type that becomes a tourist in the round of 32. Good pressure to earn a game point. Saves a game point, earns one of his own. That wrist inside the table, he's fast. The featherweight, for me, one of the fastest players in the world. It's just a question of timing, setting it up, and confidence. The pressure catches the post. It is a victory. Lingaoyuan manages to save game point, and from 9-10 down wins 3 in a row using that speed to get extra racket speed and spin, keeping the pressure on. He leads 2-1 in a match that has been very tight. We'll see what happens. Game 4, Groth in the dark night.
发球慢一点，不用着急，还是这个正手短的挂下一个这种啊，然后还是直接上手，所以上手要有直线，一定要有直线，好吧？
So some wishful thinking And some encouragement from the Dark Knight himself as fans watch on.
First game, Lin to serve, love all.
So Lingaoyuan reminded to slow down a bit on the serve. See what he does here. The power. Growth has shown from behind the table he's still able to generate quite some power in the open rally.
Below the playing surface.
So when he tosses the ball, he's warned for dipping his hand below the table. The ball must be above the table.
1-all.
Visible from presentation to the point of contact is the ruling. Get ready for a behind the back attempt. Good placement here. Groth has made his behind the back shots before. Buys him a little bit of extra time instead of coming in front of the body. Short side of the table, right down that line. One guiding shot, and the next a bit of side spin on it. The surprise factor high. Ball kid crossing.
Two all.
There's something nice about players that channel their inner child. I don't know. As we grow up, I feel like the sense of play, I don't know, the fight, but out here, professional athletes. This is what I like, the fire. The fire that burns inside right now. Coming out the nostrils right now, breathing fire into this match. He's looking alive. Lingaoyuan, the 6th seed. The winner here will be playing the winner of Dmitry Ovtcharov and Oh Jun-sung. Just came off of a title in Chennai, India. Oh, what a way to win a point. This is very unusual. When have you seen him just guide the ball back like this? Caught in between. Says, I'm going to fish for a minute. What an unusual happening. Nice combination here. Quick backhand and turn from Groth. Groth is so quick to transition, his timing. Not afraid of the risk. Looking for that short side here. It pays off. Oh, clean as can be. The speed and the angle, the timing takes it out in front. When you play with the Chinese flag on your chest and you play against someone who does not have the same flag, the pressure is unrivaled. Think about how many players you've met, you've had the chance to watch play for Team China. Maybe play just a few times, then you don't see him again for a while.
3-7.
To earn the opportunity to continue to be sent around the world to play on behalf of the most dominant nation in the game is not easy. It's a very competitive field within inside China. Within, that is, or inside, one of the two. Groth here down by 3. Smart placement into that hip. LINGAOYUAN jams up Groth, forcing him to play an uncomfortable shot from the crossover. Nice misdirection there with the guiding flick.
8-4.
Little look here at the serve success percentages. LINGAOYUAN up by 10.5. Pretty significant. And the drive into the body. Fans are going to be happy here. He's getting ever so close. Groth has to imagine 0-0. Every point is its own battle. And then restart and do the same next point, one at a time. Long push.
5-9.
But the combination, the one before was short. And it was a very similar motion. The speed, the freedom, and it is 5 match points for LINGAOYUAN to move on through and wait for Dima and Oh-Jun Sung to battle it out. The one heavy spin backhand keeps hopes alive for Groth. 1 match point saved, 4 more to go for the Dark Knight. Good push.
10-7.
Control off the bounce and a timeout on LINGAOYUAN's side.
Timeout.
Now, it's not just because it's LINGAOYUAN. Yes, a handful of players have gotten the best of LINGAOYUAN in pressure moments. Anyone in this situation would be calling a timeout. You've got a taller player on the other side of the table. It's a bigger middle. Looking to hit in between that forehand and backhand to keep it uncomfortable. So basically, play your game. Don't let him control you. And that said, a very awkward receive here. Groth gives it back and saves another match point. Again, it's sports psychology. The coach is basically trying to get the best out of you. So what do you do best? What do you want? Do that. You don't have to pull out anything miraculous right now. Be the upper seed. Better world ranked player. Play your game. Do what suits you. A little bit surprising that so many times he played the push. Now again, from where we're watching, it's difficult to tell if he actually had opening opportunities, LINGAOYUAN. It's that 4 match points saved. He was down 5-10, so I just did a little complicated linear algebra. Came up with the number 4. Here we go. Big serve here for Groth. Quality push, but it comes back. LINGAOYUAN keeping us on the edge of our seats. And history will not repeat. LINGAOYUAN now with a 2-1 in his head-to-head moves on through to the round of 16. 3 straight games, and the last 2 were quite tight. Groth putting up a good fight, but the Dark Knight showing his might, and in time has earned the right to continue on to the next round here. The touch, the long push was so good, but that was the freest of the backhands we've seen in a long time. Got his legs into it, and while his legs are thin, they are as fit as can be. He's a fine combination, a light frame and a lot of muscle. LINGAOYUAN gets through Jonathan Groth. 5 points more total after 41 minutes. That's exactly how many points LINGAOYUAN got. Serve success here, almost 7% better than his opponent. Again, when he's free, and this is true for all of you watching at home, a lot of players are good in practice, but when they get to tournaments, they tense up. If you can just remind yourself that you're better when you relax, it's a fine balance. Don't worry, you'll have plenty of competitive play. You're going for attacks. But LINGAOYUAN, the world number 10, has moved on through, and there's another Dane left, the left-hander. But that is it for
Very
today.
intense match. You've played each other a couple of times before. You came back from love one. Explain how you did that tonight.
恭喜林高原取得开门红。我们知道格罗特是一名非常优秀的选手，今天自己在大比分0-1落后的情况下，是什么取得胜利的呢？
首先对手还是非常的强的，因为跟他比赛了很多次，也是比分也非常紧，所以说在赛前也是准备很多困难，然后包括第一局落后或者说0比2落后也是比较正常的，这个时候自己还是保持心态一分分打。
I know that my opponent is a very strong player, and every time I play against him, the score is always tight, and therefore I prepared very well before the match. Well, it's normal to trail to him, but I took every point as it come, and I remained calm throughout the match, and that's how I won today.
You have always had great fan support. No different tonight. What is a message you can give to all your fans this evening?
今天现场来了很多支持你的球迷朋友，有什么话想对他们说呢？
首先感谢他们能够陪我到最后一场球，毕竟这么晚了也不容易，大家也是辛苦，也是希望自己能够在场上给他们奉献一场精彩的比赛。
Most importantly, I would like to thank them. I'm playing the last match and it's really very late, and yet they are still here cheering their best for me, and I really am very grateful for their support.
Great match again. Good luck in the last 16.
恭喜恭喜。
Okay, thank you.
Well, the fans definitely showed up here for LINGAOYUAN, the Dark Knight. Dark into the night here. It is beautiful.